So from the starting of the second unit, we discussed about the projection of the points, the straight lines, and we are going to discuss about the planes. So you know the basic definition of these geometrical entities: points having no dimension, straight lines having single dimension, and planes are having two dimension, and solids are having three dimension. So already we discussed how to draw the front and the top views of points and straight lines when they are considered in the first quadrant. How to project them, how to draw its front and top views in our paper with respect to the XY line. We worked with these things so far. And now we are going to discuss about how to project the planes. First, before going to projecting the planes, we have just a very simple introduction about the plane. What is actually a plane? Which geometrical entity can be called as a plane? It is actually not just a plane, it's a surface having a definite boundaries, and most probably the boundaries are closed with straight lines or curves or both. See, it is actually a plane. It is actually a plane. That also a type of plane. That also a type of plane. This one, that one. Maybe the image is oblique. Just for understanding purpose, you can diagonalize them. That one, this one. So everything's are unique planes. They are surfaces. So all the surfaces having a definite boundary, a closed boundary. This one square and that one is rectangle. What is the difference between these two? Based on its sides. So in the case of a square, we are having four sides and all these four sides are equal. In the case of rectangle, that also having four sides and the opposite sides are equal. And in the case of a pentagon, five sides, all sides are equal and the all included angle also equal. The included angle in a pentagon is 108 degree. For the same, in the case of a hexagon, which is having 6 equal sides, the included angle will be 120 degree. 120 degree. And there is a circle, a well-known geometry, and there is a semicircle. And here you can see these planes boundaries are bounded with the straight lines. And for that plane, the boundary is not a straight line; it is a curve. For that, combination of curve and a straight line. That's what I told you in the beginning. Yes, plane is nothing but a closed boundary bounded with straight lines or curves or with both. So in that case, both straight line and a curve is bounded to give a definite surface. And in the case of regular planes, the shapes are a standard shapes. So it is actually a regular plane, a square. But if you consider this plane, see, it is not a square, it is not a rectangle or triangle, whatever it may be. It's an irregular plane. However, it is satisfying the norms for a plane. It is a closed surface and the boundaries are bounded with straight lines. However, it is not in a standard shape. So this kind of planes may be called as irregular planes or oblique planes. So beyond the geometrical considerations on these kind of planes, now we are going to concentrate more on how to draw the front and the top views of these kind of planes. Okay, let me to rub up the board. In our context, we are not going to discuss how to draw the projections of all types of planes. We are having some limited discussion only. We are going to draw the projections for triangle, square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, circle. So within that we are going to play how to draw the front and top views, and we are going to have some basic positions. So from that positions only we are going to discuss problems. So what are the various kinds of positions we are going to discuss in the case projection of planes, or for which what are all the ways it is possible to place a plane with respect to the horizontal plane and vertical plane. That's it. So first we are going to discuss plane or plane surface perpendicular to one plane and parallel to another. In that also we can have two variants: plane surface perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP, and plane surface perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. The second case, plane surface inclined to one plane and perpendicular to another. Then also we can have two variants: plane surface inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, and plane surface inclined to VP and perpendicular to HP. Then finally, and plane surface inclined to both planes. That also possible. And then finally, plane surface perpendicular to both planes. So these are all the various possible positions for a plane with respect to towards the horizontal plane and vertical plane. I will show you some models. See, it is just a board model of a rectangular plane, and that's for a pentagonal plane, and this one for hexagonal plane, and finally that one for a square plane. So just board models. And here, for a case of a straight line, you can easily say the angularity relation between a straight line and a horizontal plane. If a straight line is like that, consider it is actually a straight line. So if you can say the straight line is inclined to HP and parallel to VP, how you can show it in this way? For example, this is our horizontal plane and that our vertical plane. If you want to make this straight line inclined to HP and parallel to VP, then you can make it like that. Now this straight line is inclined to HP and parallel to VP. If you want to make it perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP, then you can make like that. Now this straight line is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. And if you want to make an object like a plane parallel to HP, how you can make it? See, planes are not simply planes, they are plane surfaces. They are surfaces. If you want to make this square plane parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, then you need to position it like that. Now it is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, because you are going to compare surface to surface. Okay. Hope you understood that. Let me to rub off. I needed to use the board. So in that, one by one we are going to discuss how to draw the front and top views of the various planes, and we are not going to practice all these cases. We are going to practice this one and that one alone, and the last two cases just we are going to see how the planes will be placed, and we are not going to have problems on that. Okay, as of now, maybe if time permits, we may have problems in that also. So it's your horizontal plane and vertical plane, just for our discussion. If you want to make a square plane parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane, then the square plane should be like that. This plane surface is parallel to the horizontal plane surface. See, horizontal plane is also a plane which is having no boundaries. It's an infinite plane. But our object planes are having boundaries. They are having definite dimensions. But you can compare the surface of your object plane with the horizontal plane, whether these two are parallel or not parallel. Now I am asking you to consider the square plane surface is now parallel to the horizontal plane. And in the meantime, this square plane surface is perpendicular to your vertical plane. Perpendicular to your vertical plane. If you want to make the same square plane parallel to our vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane, then how you need to make it? See here, now it is parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. If you want to make it perpendicular to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane, you need to make it like that. Now this square plane surface is parallel to the vertical plane and perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Simply you need to make it like that. Now this square surface is parallel to the vertical plane surface and perpendicular to the horizontal plane surface. Okay. So in this way you can view the angularity relation between the object plane and our principal planes. Whatever it may be, see, irrespective of the shape of the plane, it is a square plane, it is a hexagonal plane. Now if you want to make it surface perpendicular to HP, you need to make it like that. For that also, if you want to make the surface perpendicular to HP, you need to make like that. If you want to make the surfaces of these two planes perpendicular to VP, then you need to make like that. So this angularity comparison and relation is irrespective of the shape of the plane. It's only dependent on the surface, okay, not the shape of the plane. At which manner the surface is viewing or heading with the other principal planes. So this is what the first case, square plane perpendicular to one plane and parallel to another plane. So here plane, the word is used in multi times. The plane surface is nothing but our object plane, and the single word plane can be denoted to mention the horizontal plane or vertical plane. Okay, so here the square plane perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Again it is perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. The two variants in the, and the second position is planes inclined to one plane and perpendicular to another plane. Plane surface inclined to one plane and perpendicular to another. In that also we can have two variants. Plane surface inclined to HP perpendicular to VP, and plane surface inclined to VP and perpendicular to HP. One by one we can see. First one, plane surface inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. Then this will be like that. See here, a plane, now it is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Now I am going to make parallel to HP as inclined to HP, inclined to HP. The surface of the object plane or the square plane making some angle with the horizontal plane, angle with the horizontal plane, because it is not parallel, it is having some angle between the horizontal plane and the surface plane, but without disturbing the perpendicularity between the VP. Now I am not disturbing the perpendicularity of the object with the vertical plane, still it is perpendicular to VP only, but instead of behaving parallel to HP, it is now inclined to HP, but without changing its condition with respect to VP. Still it is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. In this way you can make a plane. And if the same is reversed, that is plane perpendicular to HP and inclined to VP, then your plane should be like that. Plane should be like that. So now this plane is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP, parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Without disturbing perpendicular to HP, I am making it inclined to VP, inclined to VP. The surface of the plane is not now parallel to the vertical plane, it is having some inclination. See here, it is having some inclination with the vertical plane, but still it is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. See, the surface is still perpendicular only to the horizontal plane. So this is the two variant in the second case, plane surface inclined to one plane and perpendicular to another plane. Maybe it is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, or inclined to VP and perpendicular to HP. And not only in this all positions you can have any plane. Just I told you in the beginning, this kind of positions are not restricted based on the shape of the plane. Okay, for any shape of the plane, these constraints are same. And the next case, I think it is plane surface inclined to both planes. Plane surface inclined to both planes. That is, a plane surface is not parallel to HP and VP. That is, it is inclined to both HP and VP. The surface should not make perpendicular or parallel to any of the plane. How to make it? See here. Step by step I will make it. Now this surface, plane surface, is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Slowly I am making it inclined to HP. Now it is, that is, the plane surface is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. Again I am adding one more condition. Now how it is behaving with respect to HP and VP? It is not parallel to HP. The meantime it is not parallel and perpendicular to VP also. So we can say now this plane is inclined to HP and inclined to VP. If it is not parallel, automatically this will become inclined. If it is not perpendicular, then we can say it is simply inclined to VP. It is not parallel and inclined to VP. It is inclined to perpendicular to VP. It is inclined to VP and inclined to HP. In this way also you can make the planes. See. So in 2D sketch I think it's somewhat hard to recognize. I will try. So now this plane is having some angle of inclination with HP as well as with VP. So it's not parallel to both planes and not perpendicular to both planes. It inclined to both planes. In this way also you can make a plane and you can draw the front and top views. Why these kind of positions we are learning? First you need to know that in this all positions you are going to draw the front and top views of the plane, like the straight lines and the points. So this is what the ultimate objective of learning what kind of positions are possible to stand the plane in between the horizontal plane and vertical plane. We are going to draw its projections, front and top views. Okay. And the next and last case is straight line perpendicular to both planes. Any idea how it will be perpendicular to both planes? Plane surface should be perpendicular to HP as well as perpendicular to VP. So consider this is what your vertical plane and that's what your horizontal plane. Now you need to make this square plane surface or any shape plane surface should be perpendicular to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. How to make it? Simply like that. Simply like that. Now you can see this plane surface is perpendicular to HP. The meantime, if you view it from the top, it is perpendicular to VP also. So in this way you can make this plane surface perpendicular to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. If you made it in either front and top views, you can't see the shape of the plane. Simply you are going to see a straight line only. This is what the thing you need to recognize by your practical vision. If you want to see the shape of the plane in the front view, if you want to see the exact shape of a particular plane in the front view, that plane should be parallel to the vertical plane. Then only you can see its original shape in the front view. In addition, this should have perpendicular to horizontal plane. See, in this way only you can see whether it is square or not. This should be parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. If it perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP, you can't see its original shape, whether it is a square, rectangle, triangle, whatever it may be. You can't see its original shape in the front view. In the front view you are going to see only a straight line. If you want to see its original surface, you have to go for the top view. In the top view only you can see whether it is a square, rectangle or horizontal. See here, I am accidentally give you a test. What is the shape of this plane? Which plane I am taking in my hand? I don't know, because all of you sitting just in front of me, permanently you are able to see the front view only in this screen, okay, by this camera. If you want to see the shape of the plane which is I am having in my hand, you have to come top to me, then only you can see. This is what the view restriction or view behavior in the case of projection of planes. Now if I make the plane parallel to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane, you can see its original shape. It is a hexagon. And if you want to see it in the plane, if any plane is perpendicular to both horizontal and vertical planes, this should be like that. This should be like that. So it is perpendicular to HP, the same time it is perpendicular to VP also. Okay. So for this all kind of positions, we can draw the front and top views of the plane. So before getting to how to draw the front and top views, first we can have some basic idea about what are all the parts of body in a plane. See, it is a plane, maybe it's a rectangle. Okay. The straight lines in the boundaries are called as edges. Okay. And the point where two or more edges are intersecting, the point at which two or more edges are intersecting, that is this point, is called as corner. Corner. Okay. In some books, the edges can be mentioned as sides. Edges or sides. And the surface bounded by the closing the sides is called as simply surface. Surface of the plane. Okay. So based on the length of the side, arrangement of the various sides, we are going to categorize the type of a plane. See here, it is a square. The square is also having edges and corners in its body. It is a pentagon. The pentagon is also having corners and edges in its body. But how the sides or edges are arranged with each other and what is the angularity relation between the sides define the type of the plane. If the number of sides are 4 and the sides are equal in length, then it is a square. If the number of sides are 4 and opposite sides only equal, then it is a rectangle. If the number of sides are 5 and the angle included between each side is 108 degree, then it is nothing but a pentagon. So in this way, in which way the sides are arranged with each other and the angle between the sides define which type of the plane we are discussing. Okay, this is what the thing I planned to discuss today, and the rest of the things we will discuss in the tomorrow class. If you are having any basic doubts in that context, you can ask me.